right, welcome into the Huntsman Center for Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of the 2022 6A quarterfinals. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart, our matchup in the quarterfinals, a Region 4 matchup. It's going to be a fun one. The undefeated and #1 rated Lone Peak Knights taking on Skyridge. And Dane, we previewed this game throughout the day. This is going to be a lot of fun. When we talk about Lone Peak, it starts with Kailey Woolston.
Yeah, I think the top free throw shooter in the country. She set the national record last year, 95%. She's a little below that at 94, but they'll make do with that this year. And Kailey Woolston, what a year for her. The junior leading the team in scoring, almost 20 points per game. She rebounds the ball well as well. We talked about the free throw shooting. She does everything. And as Kailey goes, Lone Peak goes, and Kailey goes pretty good.
Yeah, she goes consistently as well. The Skyridge team is very interesting. In Game 3, what does it look like for them? But one thing we know is KJ Gottberg. We expect her to have a good game. Yeah,
we do. I mean, you look at this Skyridge team, and Gottberg in the paint, she can be a real differentiator for the Falcons. And, look, she's going to have a task today going up against some youngsters, some that are really coming on the scene, and Sarah Bartholomew and Kaylee Rich. That's going to be an intriguing matchup. But for me, it's Cambree Blackham, the sophomore guard, averages 12 per game. Really good ball handler, great as well, and that 1-3-1 defense. It has slowed Lone Peak down multiple times, including helping to generate 2 of the 3 lowest scoring outputs for Kailey Woolston on the season. So how does that defensive Skyridge work? Does it slow up Lone Peak enough? We'll find out.
Hey, we just learned if you have a dual possession off the jump ball, after the jump ball, you jump ball again.
Well, there's no possession to give it. So, yeah.
I just never considered it.
One of the rare occasions where you've got the opening tip at 7:57 left. Mark it.
There we go.
Yeah.
You come to a game, you see something new every time.
What is this, baseball?
You get all my references. I mean, this is the best. As Shea Toole skips the other side. Deacon Gray. Now they'll try going to Gottberg, and Taduvasa takes that away. Now here comes McKaylee Ika. Shawnee Nordstrom. The Kiwi floats it, can't get it. Tila Nawahine, the only senior for Lone Peak, goes inside. Nordstrom, little hyper to get started.
Couple surprising misses for Lone Peak here early.
Backside, better beware. 11 sitting in the corner. Shawnee Nordstrom, 4-3. The sophomore buries the triple.
Yeah, and that is a big aspect to the game of Lone Peak. You can shoot that outside shot really well. As here's the Lone Peak defense.
Taduvasa has that one taken back by Shea Toole.
You know, at some point tonight, I'm going to go Dusty Lister. I got something special lined up for viewers and for Dusty. But look, there's timing involved, so just wait for it. It'll come, but yeah.
I'm on the edge of my seat,
I bet you are. I bet you are.
Gottberg had that one go off her foot. Oh.
Yeah, we talked about Gottberg in the block early. Danya Perkins, another one. I've talked with some coaches in 6A. They say, look, Danya, what she provides is so key and very versatile. Coach Nelson was telling me we had to kind of help her slow down because she was so amped up that sometimes it took her out of her rhythm of success. And so she's really developed, come along a long way. But this Skyridge lineup, I feel like one of the better positioned to give Lone Peak a good test.
Tegan Gray can't get that one to go, or probably that was Blackham. Loose ball taken by Nordstrom, now Ahine. Cross court, Kailey Woolston off on the 3. And the rebound out of bounds off of Skyridge, and we will stay with Lone Peak. Skyridge dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, Ika, one of the juniors on the floor here, and we talked about the long ball for Lone Peak. They've got 4 different shooters that shoot over 40% from long range. So they hit the 3 early on. It is, again, a lineup that I got a number of different ones you got to guard from the perimeter.
Nawahine missed on the 3. And down the floor now is Skyridge. Blackham.
Good defense there by Nawahine. We've seen Blackham generate points off of that drive all year long for Skyridge.
On the angle with Shea Toole.
One of those outside shooters for the Falcons. Important for her to see one go down early. Same with Gottberg.
Yep.
Right, you find that early success, that confidence comes. You find your rhythm. That would be real key for Skyridge today.
And Woolston read that one and picked it off. Here comes Woolston in transition. Try to fit that to Ika. Kick ball from Skyridge. And we'll stay here with Lone Peak.
I was kind of surprised Kailey didn't just take that and attack, right? We talk about getting the line 95%. You've got a great opportunity to generate some offense and maybe to send a message to Skyridge that, no, we're here to be aggressive. I'm not going to let you take me off the line, but still be Lone Peak basketball here.
And now Nordstrom to trigger in. Kailey Woolston right to the rim and finishes.
In the 2 matchups this year, she scored 9 and 12. Those are the marks that she has to surpass.
As Tegan Gray fouled by Woolston, a rare foul. Woolston doesn't give up a lot of fouls. And that is number 1 on Kailey. Unlike the stars of Lone Peak's past, where Frank Jackson seemed to always have 3 fouls at the end of the first quarter. Same with TJ Haas, Tyler Haas too. He's to drive Quincy Lewis nuts. As we go side 4:50 left at a 5-0 start for the Lone Peak Knights. That ball off the hands of Tanavasa, taken by Ika McKaylee. Bowls her way down the lane and draws the blocking foul on Blackham. And number 1 on Blackham. But thinking of the sophomores on the floor right now, Dane, you got Blackham, Toole, and Nordstrom.
You also have Sika, who's a freshman. So a lot of youth on the floor right now on both sides, but in fact, Skyridge was trying to get Bella the basketball in that last possession. Turned it over. I'll tell you this, I feel like Lone Peak, they are pushing it here.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know that I've seen them be this aggressive out of the chute, especially against Skyridge, a team that has slowed them up. But it's like, no, we want to get into our tempo, our flow. Let's get it up the floor here.
Speaking of sophomores, Sarah Bartholomew comes on the floor.
All right, here you go. You ready? I'm going Dusty Litster. I found out I've got a connection. My sister's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate has a Carbon County connection to Sarah Bartholomew. I'm just teasing, but there's a relation, the family relationship.
Oh, really?
There. Yeah. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's there. So I don't know the official term.
Your side or wife's side?
Wife.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
Of course, Dane's wife's the Brighton Bengals. It makes sense. People who were in Cottonwood Heights, they wanted to upgrade, go down to
They migrate down to
Highland.
Alpine, apparently.
New Bend AF. I mean, that's gorgeous driving down AF Canyon. Trade Snowbird and Alta for that one.
The tough thing, I don't even know if Lone Peak is in Highland or Alpine or Cedar Hills. Like, I hear, like.
Alpine.
Is it?
Well, Highland, actually.
I have no idea.
Off the miss, here comes Ika. It's Woolston. 4-3.
Well, Kailey's ready to play.
And a timeout taken by Skyridge. With 4:08 to play in the first quarter. And I believe they're taking a full timeout. They are, it is. We'll be right back. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
8 left in the first quarter. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart here at the Huntsman Center. Lone Peak leading 9-0. Has been slow at the gate here for Skyridge. Is Shea Toole going to skip to Blackham. Now Sika going to go out now. Nawahine. Sika lost the ball. Okay, there's a travel.
Does Skyridge have a shot?
I
I
don't
don't remember
think so.
one coming up. I mean, I've seen a couple turnovers.
Yeah,
I don't know if they've gotten a shot off.
I don't remember one. You want to text Curtis? Hey, Curtis, give me the box now. Nawahine cross court to Ika. McKaylee steps inside the arc and it rolls off, and the rebound taken by Sika. Is up the floor with Blackham. Abby Hymas on the floor for the first time. And now Shea Toole. Gottberg goes high-low into Sika. Now Wahine held her ground. Sika has to send it out. 3 on the way from Blackham. Off the mark.
I think they did have one shot prior to that.
Okay.
Because I think I remember a shot. But even that, I like the patience, and you find that ball back up top, and Blackham gets a good look, but just off target. And I'll tell you, the thing that's most impressive to me is just the defensive intensity we've seen from Lone Peak here early, because everything's contested. There's not much that's easy, especially on the inside here for the Falcons.
This is Sika going to have back in the corner. This is Perkins. Back up top to Blackham. She drives on Tanuvasa, and Tanuvasa just waited and able to swat that away.
We are all the Knights who say nay.
Learn that one quick. The football team's like, yeah, we know that one.
Yeah.
As Bartholomew. That's why you put the big on the inbound.
Just a sophomore.
Amy Harris did a couple of games with me this year. She loved watching Sarah Bartholomew. As there's a foul to to Tegan Gray. So, second Skyridge team foul. As Sika will come off the floor. Not to be confused with Kailey Ika.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a relation to Apu. Try to drop that inside, and Shea Toole breaks it up.
No real paint presence here for Skyridge, and this is the person who can be in Perkins, and it's broken up.
Ika read it, took it away. McKaylee go the other end and lays it in.
She plays defense like Apu. Broke that play up, able to go score it.
You name the conference. Apu played well. The SEC, now the Big 12. He and Jalen Warren representing well, amongst others.
Indeed. Of course, one of those players didn't get looks out of high school. We won't get into that.
I'll save that for football. As I bring that. Oh, actually, my weekly reminder on Twitter.
Yeah.
But McKaylee does have breakaway speed.
Yes.
As Bartholomew able to get her hand on that one. Gray able to hold her pivot foot.
Skyridge looking for a whistle on that last play. Right or wrong, we have seen the physicality on both the boys and girls be allowed to a greater extent here at the Huntsman Center this week.
We absolutely haven't. The other thing we've seen is offenses be absolutely stymied by zone defenses.
Yeah.
Shea Toole could have gone to the rim, sends out for 3. No. That ball goes out of bounds off of Skyridge. It'll be Lone Peak basketball.
Boy, we talk about Skyridge needing to see that ball go through the rim early, and a couple of good looks, but this zone by Lone Peak, it's moving, it's quick, and it is hard to find an opening right now.
That was a fast break broken quickly. Ika sends up top, Woolston. Blackham able to rip that one away, and she and Woolston will do a little battle on the floor. Or probably that was Tegan Gray. The single digits with the Oregon font.
Yeah,
it's
it's not the easiest. Dealt with it in football, dealt with it in basketball. Throw us a bone, would you?
It's almost, it's like the silver on white. And the and one off from the student section. As they're going to roll it down, probably for the final shot of the quarter inside of 20 seconds. Woolston hand back to Ika. Toole right there with her. 10 seconds. Woolston got free. Wide to the right, rebound taken by Skyridge. Got a chance here. Toole, nice pass ahead. Sika lays it in. Skyridge gets on the board as the first quarter horn sounds, and it's Lone Peak 11, Skyridge 2 at the end of 1. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. Commentary brought to you by Game Night Live Rewind. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. Day 2 of our coverage of the 5A and 6A Boys and Girls State Tournaments, as Gottberg fouled by Nawahine. The first on Teula.
And I like Skyridge working it inside to Gottberg and quickly. Trying to get that ball to the rim, not allow that Lone Peak defense to get set up much. I think after that first quarter, it's, hey, we got to change the tone of this, and now, right? You let this Lone Peak defense get set, and be a long night.
I think we have some more people inside the Huntsman Center. The reason I know is I just heard or saw Nancy Warner yell and I didn't hear it. It was good.
Well, you got Fremont over there and Riverton over there, and
I was just saying, yeah.
Harriman up there.
We were hearing 3-second calls just a couple minutes ago. I love seeing the girls get more people in the building as Gottberg pulls down the board. Sika on the run. Now Blackham. Blackham off the screen at Gottberg, center of the corner. Sika, 4-3.
Big time shot there by Bella.
And a timeout to Nancy Warner. 30-second timeout. Just a minute into the second quarter. And we're on game 7 today. And we'll have 4 more tomorrow as the semifinals start. As we'll have state champion Corey Mullaney joining us. Casey Walkenhurst going to join us as well on our broadcast of the boys games.
Slot's still open for the girls games. You can send your resumes to.
Yes, at G&L Rewind. And then on Thursday already, we got Chad Sims going to join us for the first game. First game. And then how about this, Jeff Gardner.
The tactician, Jeff Gardner.
Jeff Gardner.
Do you like tactician?
Absolutely. The Tony Romo, as Dane was saying from last year.
Look, don't get any ideas. We're not paying him that kind of money.
Oh, heavens no.
He might get a cookie. That's going to be his pay.
I just can't wait till we have a moment and Vince Francis pulls up a certain clip for Jeff. This is going to be great television. Is that a shot doesn't go for Shawnee. Nordstrom saved in by Ika. Shawnee to the corner. Nawahine, I was setting up for the highlight. Nawahine couldn't get the 3 off. Tanuvasa chased off the 3. Drives up baseline and lays it in. Started by Ika.
Yeah. And you talk about, Woolston, how much she does, but I think right now Lone Peak is really showing the breadth and versatility of the lineup in general.
Tanuvasa with the tip taken by Woolston. A little too tall for Ika. She can't save that one. We'll go back down the floor with Skyridge. So 7-point lead for Lone Peak. And again, nice job, I think, pulling the chair there by Tanuvasa. I thought it was a good no call. Zeke is sent up top to Naya, probably. And Nawahine frees herself up. 3 won't go. Woolston pulls down the board. And now the foul to so Nawahine to the line. And now Wahine hits the first. Bartholomew comes on for Coach Nancy Warner. Tanavasa comes off. Abby Hymas comes on along with, I believe it was Tegan Gray. And the second won't go for Nawahine. Tuela gets it back. Oh, Kailey Woolston's hands were on fire.
She wanted it.
Ika,
Nice
got into
handoff.
Bartholomew, didn't get it cleanly, but doesn't matter. Sarah lays it up and in. Here in transition, you're already hearing some Lone Peak fans saying 3 seconds on Gottberg. As there's a block to Bartholomew. Send ahead. Shawnee Nordstrom lays it up and in.
This tempo is being played at Lone Peak's pace, not Skyridge's. The first 2 games in region were at Skyridge's. It's not been that way. Coach Nilsson right now needing a timeout.
Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. 4:47 left in the half.
30-second timeout.
12-point lead for Lone Peak. On the drive, Blackham has that one slapped away. Here comes Nordstrom. Shawnee to the corner. Kailey Woolston off on the 3. The deep ball just not falling here for Lone Peak. And now the steal. Oh, we had a charge after, before that. Nordstrom, no, it's going to be
I thought it was on.
so Bartholomew picks up the foul as Toole hit the deck.
I thought it was on Nordstrom as well, but the indication wasn't indicative of that. Bartholomew picking up her first.
There's Shea Toole.
Perkins trying to establish an opportunity on the block, and Bartholomew the length being disruptive.
Hymas says, by all means. Everybody's, you're going to give me the Rondo treatment. I'm not Rajon Rondo, hit it.
It feels like Skyridge has just been tough to get into their rhythm, and there's that press trying to speed it up, and too tall for Ika. It does its job there.
So Tanavasa will come back on for Nawahine.
I like Abby Hymas stepping into that shot. I was thinking, man, it feels like Skyridge just hasn't been able to feel comfortable yet.
Yeah.
And if you're open and you feel like you like the look, take it right now. Trying to get some traction with this offense here for the Falcons in this first half.
Sika back to Hymas, now up top to Toole. Shea brings it near side. And then the drive, not going to get a call on the contact.
It's Bartholomew staying straight up.
Donnie Perkins with that miss as Ika gets out ahead to Nordstrom. Oh, Tanavasa was right in front of Woolston. Blackham. Oh, nice pass to Toole. And Shea lays it up and in. Blackham went to the deck, and she's okay. And a spot where the double slants were in the same spot. Spacing, folks. One's at 3 yards, one's at 5.
Did they say she was out? I mean, they announced the bucket, but I don't. Oh, no, my bad. They were just
the
the
official timeout because of Blackham.
Yeah. Sorry, it's late on a long week.
Yeah, inside. Bartholomew keeps that ball high and lays it in. And then back to a 9-point lead here for Lone Peak. There's Tegan Gray. Nordstrom with her. Now Perkins will go up top to Toole.
Again, the paint empty right now for Skyridge.
And Nordstrom with the steal. Loose ball picked up by Gray inside the Toole for the easy 2.
Tegan Gray, nice play there defensively. Skyridge, as rough of a half as it's been, they're hanging around here.
Dangerous pass. Shawnee Nordstrom give it up to Kailey Woolston. And that's how you break it.
Yeah, they look much more comfortable against it here today than they did in the first couple of matchups.
Tanuvasa comes up high to show. As Hymas goes back out. Sika working on Bartholomew. Sika got a little bit of space initially and then got it to go. Stayed patient, got the bucket. And just for a moment, we thought she got Bartholomew off her feet for the to draw the foul, but able to get underneath her and go get the bucket. As Ika's pass off the mark, and it'll be Skyridge basketball.
I'll tell you the other thing, when you empty out the paint, and even that last matchup, you're pulling Bartholomew out to the three-point line, so you send a runner through on a cut, you've got an opportunity if you can get it past that first line, where you can have, play at the rim, get a pretty good look.
Blackham with 50. Blackham on the drive. Oh, it was part way down and out. But it'll be 2 free throws coming for Cambree Blackham.
Just a sophomore Blackham. And I'll tell you, watching her this year, she is speedy, good ball handler, and she's going to have all sorts of opportunities to score as that free throw rattles out. But
Shea Toole comes back after a short break. Just needed a quick drink and a talk with Reno Mahe. Back on the floor. As the second free throw good. I got to say, the Skyridge girls basketball team has more assistants than the Skyridge football team.
1-to-1 ratio,
Facetiously.
Dusty.
Into the corner. Tanuvasa had the ball go through the hands. And Ika right there. 30 seconds to go. As Nawahine back up top to Ika. There's a trap is there. Kailey Nordstrom. Nawahine lost the handle. Shea Toole.
She was out.
Was out of bounds. Floor with it for a couple of steps there. So it'll be Lone Peak ball, 13 seconds to go in the half. There's Shawnee Nordstrom. Goes to Ika. McKaylee, 2 seconds. Tony Fossa blocked away at the horn. Blackham got the block. As we go to the half, it is Lone Peak 22, Skyridge 16. You're watching the 2022 6A Girls quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. Commentary brought to you by Game Night Live Rewind. And we're back. Welcome back to the second half. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart. Strong first quarter. In fact, Skyridge only had 2 points in the first quarter. Dane, they scored 14 in the second and only trailed by 6 as that shot from Tanuvasa is off the mark. And here comes Skyridge.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things for me, the rebounding edge, 15-7 for Lone Peak. 7 offensive rebounds for the Knights. Got to get on the boards if you're Skyridge and get some defensive rebounds. And I like this, attacking. We talked about clearing out the lane, and Danya Perkins that time being very aggressive for Skyridge and drawing the contact here.
And the foul will be charged to Nawahine.
Foul on number 10, Tawila Nawahine. Her first team foul of the half.
Another moment of note, Dusty. Kailey Woolston, no free throws.
I don't know if it's fast break points or threes. The only shot she really took in that first half.
Yeah.
She's having to guard Gottberg here on that entry pass. Good defense from Kailey. Outside Shea Toole. And this is really the thing when we saw Fremont just before this game of how they would match up either one of these teams against the Twin Towers as Blackham makes it a 4-point game. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yes, kind of staying with the pivot there and buying time, and eventually able to finish it. Down to 4 here, Dusty. I think Lone Peak led by as many as 12 in that first half.
It did as Shawnee Nordstrom. Timely 3, and Shawnee now in the double figures. Or they got it on the board real quick. She has 8.
And Nordstrom with a pair of threes here.
Quickly on the drive, won't go. Fighting for between their own teammates. Shea Toole comes away with it. Hands it back for 3 and a little long from Perkins. And it'll be Lone Peak basketball. As Toole come off along with Gottberg.
Neither of these teams have gone that deep. Skyridge just played 7, Lone Peak only 6. Up to this point.
Kailey Ika. Hands off to Tanuvasa, and Naya gets right to the rim and finishes.
She's been really strong today. I talked about Bartholomew and Rich, and I feel like they've done a great job off the bench in most of the games I've called for Lone Peak. But boy, Tanuvasa today has been really good as a cheap one here being picked up.
So on Tanuvasa, that'll be her number 2. Try to send that inside off the hands, picked up by Tanuvasa. Shawnee Nordstrom. Kailey Ika for 3.
Talking about Ika, 47% from long range. Dialing one up.
And there is Blackham. Cambree Blackham laying that one up and in. As here comes Shawnee. Ika fakes the pass and then is going to draw the foul on Danya Perkins.
Must have said there was some late slide there by Danya. I thought she did a pretty good job getting there and getting position, but officials right there. I don't think Coach Nielsen loved that call.
So Perkins will come off the floor. As Nawahine will come back on for Kailey Ika. Getting up one more game tonight after this one. The rematch of the Region 3 Championship that's out of bounds. And will be Skyridge ball as that ball was airmailed. It's outside with Gray.
Well, I thought maybe an opportunity for a shot there. Also had Blackham in the corner. We talked about Hymas. She was recognized the space, took the 3 earlier, but a traveling violation here on Gottberg will turn it over. But when you get that zone, that angle's a great spot if you're ready to shoot it the moment that ball comes. And the hesitation there took the opportunity away.
Nawahine just got that to Woolston. Inside Bartholomew, quick turn, and it crawls off, rebound to Ika, or probably Sika, now on the run. Blackham. Hands back to Hymas. Gray now out to Sika. So drop it into Gottberg. KJ crawls it up and in.
Love the aggressive attack there by the senior, going right at the sophomore. And timeout. Yeah, timeout.
Timeout, 30-second timeout taken by Skyridge. They got it to 8 points. And again, the winner of this game going to take on the winner of Harriman and Riverton.
Could be a rematch of last year's semi. Lone Peak and Harriman. The Mustangs winning that one.
And no Nani Falatea, as she's now at BYU. And it was that huge third quarter.
Yeah.
Falatea, I think he's what scored. I'm just short memory on the tournament that just seems
It's like
so
30
long
or
ago.
34 in the game.
34 in the game. I think he said 18 in the
It was
third or something
big.
like that. Yeah. Just absolutely went bonkers. One of the state's better players in the last few years. So it could be that rematch, which would give a potential rematch of Harriman Fremont in the championship. But again, you got the 5A semifinals tomorrow. 4 games starting at 3 o'clock right here on KSLSports.com. As Nawahine goes to Woolston. Ika nearly had that one stolen by Toole. Kailey on the baseline. Nawahine.
Travel.
And she took too many steps, and we'll go the other way with Skyridge.
Again, we've seen Skyridge speed them up a couple times and doing a nice job. Pressure continuing to create turnovers here and help Skyridge stay in the contest.
Shea Toole quickly finds Gottberg, slapped away by Woolston.
Oh, I thought she was out.
And she had not established herself back in play. Only 1 foot in. Kind of funny if she just jump stopped, then grabbed the ball. Would be good.
Yep. Great defensive recovery, though, to take away that break opportunity. And Kailey gets it back.
Makes good on anyway. Shea Toole giving chase. Woolston misses. Great job by Shea Toole.
End-to-end action here by both defenses.
Toole in the corner. Fake the 3, goes into Gottberg. Great find. Woolston with the block. Gottberg too strong. And the rebound taken by Ika. And then Blackham hits that out of bounds. And we'll go back to Lone Peak.
Interior defense, huh?
How about it?
I thought Kailey maybe had a foul on that one attempt, but there wasn't a lot of argument from the bench.
No. Hey, better let him go. Let him go.
Yeah.
Full timeout taken by Nancy Warner. 3:03 left in the third. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
3:03 left in the third. It'll be Lone Peak basketball with just over, or probably with an 8-point lead. Go into Shawnee Nordstrom. Nordstrom with 8 points on the day. Kailey Woolston only 7 points. Then you mentioned how this Skyridge team has done a good job of holding her 9 and 12 in the 2 games. As Blackham nearly has the steal, jump ball. A possession to Skyridge. Pardon me, that was Arnell. Another single-digit guard.
And I'll tell you, this Skyridge defense, I mean, I've seen it a couple times. I think 3 or 4 times. The more you watch it, the more you're like, man, this is good. That 1-3-1. We saw the play to end the first half, and it was Blackham coming across that baseline to get a block so that Lone Peak didn't get a look. And it's the athleticism of that top and that baseline and how they move that makes it so difficult for teams to attack. And it's been up to the task again here today against Lone Peak. I'm one of the top scoring teams in the state.
Send out to Toole. Try to skip that. Tanuvasa nearly had the steal. She thought it went off a Hymas. Mr. Official said he doesn't agree, and we'll stay here with the Falcons.
There's a big substitution lineup that Coach Nielsen's working through here, never giving anyone too many minutes, trying to keep everyone fresh.
Seekett might have a chance to go back up, but then she set it up. It was a rope-a-dope all the way to the rim and the finish. 6-point game.
Yeah, that's a great job by the freshman. Again, just a freshman there. Bella, she's got a bright future ahead. And she's near leading all scorers for Skyridge today.
You go to the corner. Tanuvasa hangs on a pivot. Good up to Nordstrom. Shawnee send out. Woolston drive the lane.
Offensive.
And the charge on the pass and crash.
All right, Dusty. Here's rant time. No, it's spent.
We already went through it.
All right.
2022 rule, or 1920 rule in the 2022 basketball. But actually that one, she was there and it was a pass. She wasn't quite going up.
Whoa, it's restricted area. You can't.
Yes.
Come on, Dusty.
Oh,
Come on.
You better give me the restricted area. But we'll deal with it. You broke my spirit earlier.
I have that effect on people. 5 minutes with me
okay,
and
but give me the restricted area. Don't give me cost. That's nonsense.
yeah. No, I don't disagree.
Yeah. Forever on the shot clock.
I want to
Cost and
clarify.
administration.
I'm not against the restricted
Right.
area. I think it makes it a lot easier, but
Tough call goes here now Ahine. That will be the third personal on the senior, as Bartholomew will come in quickly.
she and Tanavasa both with 3 here for Lone Peak, so the foul's starting to add up for some real key contributors. Now again, there's great bench depth as Bartholomew will come on here.
Now, if you're just joining us, you haven't listened to every game we've done today. And if you haven't been, I don't know what you've been doing today on a Tuesday. We had quite the conversation, for me, of charges near and under the hoop, because the rule stipulates that there is no difference on the floor. Deep breath time. Don't agree. Love the restricted area in high school basketball. And, yeah, there's no administrative cost to putting it in the restrictive area.
Well, there's about 20 cents worth of tape, but you can't say none. I mean, come on, Dusty.
Well,
we got budgets we got to stick to.
Yeah, we
here.
refinish the floors every 2 years anyway. Just put a halo on there, and until then, put down some tape. Seen it today. Does anybody know that's black masking tape on the floor or whatever kind of tape they use? I doubt it.
They did a very nice job laying it.
This
I
they
don't
did.
see a lot of bumps. It looks very clean and smooth.
You know, in 2014, the first time we had the tournament here,
It was a bit of a rush.
that was awesome. As a great drive, drawing the foul on Bartholomew. And that will put, I believe, Gray at the line.
I'll tell you right now, it feels like Skyridge is building a little bit of momentum here. Some of the driving ability going right at Lone Peak here, drawing some fouls is Bartholomew. That's now number 2 on her. So, again, the interior here picking up some fouls for the Knights.
Free throw is good. She has one more. Back rim's the second, but tracks down her own board.
That's a killer.
Chance to make it a one-possession game.
Absolute killer.
Inside of 1 minute left in the third. Blackham down the lane. Blackham is fouled by Shawnee Nordstrom. Number 2 on Shawnee. It'll put Blackham at the line for 2 free throws.
We talked about you clear things out, the lane opens up, and it's been Skyridge just jamming it down that lane here in this third quarter. And now it's Cambree heading back to the line.
And misses the first.
Went 1 of 2 on a trip earlier. A sophomore here. Got to quickly regroup.
And hits the second. Breaks the press at 50 seconds. Woolston finds Bartholomew, left it short. We should have clipped that one. I'm not sure.
I
I'm perplexed.
I don't have my glasses on. I did not see that.
I'm utterly perplexed on that one. I just see Bartholomew get hit. And it was a late whistle, no less, as Bartholomew misses on the first.
From the far side.
Yeah. And the free throw no good. Goes 0 for 2.
0 for
Toole
2.
pulls down the rebound. It'll be a one-possession game with the bucket. It'll be a one-point game with the 3.
They're letting them hang around here. Skyridge trailed by 12 in the first, 10 here in the third. It's a 6-0 burst from the Falcons.
Down to 25 seconds. They're just going to hold it up top.
And why is that, Dusty?
There's no shot clock in Utah High School
There
basketball.
we go. We gotta take advantage of that as long as we can here. Just a couple days left.
Take all the time they want until next Saturday. After next Saturday, Tony Vasa came over on the defense. Toole with the backside board. Give it back to Blackham, who hits the reverse layup, and we go to the fourth quarter in a one-score game. Shea Toole with the board. Blackham with the bucket. As we head to the fourth, it's 30-28. Lone Peak leads. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals. Well, it was a comfortable lead for Lone Peak until the fourth quarter. They only lead by 2 points, 30-28. And Skyridge has slowly but surely brought themselves back into this game.
And it's been a while since Lone Peak has scored.
Nordstrom's 3 won't go. Tony Vasa going to draw the foul. It is to Tegan Gray.
Team foul number 3.
Nordstrom. Try to get that in now. Wahine. Now that ball is loose once again. Jump ball belonged to Skyridge.
Held ball, Skyridge possession.
And Skyridge can now tie or take the lead on a 3. Again, Harriman, Riverton coming up next. Riverton standing in the portal just waiting. And that'll be our nightcap tonight.
You want to know the lowest point total for Lone Peak this year?
Let's hear it.
43. Opponent, Skyridge.
The first time?
Yes.
As it is tied at 30. Gottberg with the bucket.
Back in that pressure. It has sped him up. It's caused him to launch a couple passes.
Here's Tanu Vasa. And Naya, who just got that to Woolston. Kailey down the baseline. And Gottberg picks up the foul. It'll be Woolston going to the line for her first free throws tonight.
Yeah, Sherston knew she got caught with that swipe coming down. And look, I love the aggressive nature of Kailey. We talked about it in the open. It was driving down the lane, right? And that time recognizing, hey, we're in trouble. This defense putting us on our heels. She sees that baseline, attacks, and whenever she goes to the line, I mean, just count it. 94% this year, and that's down from last year. What a remarkable free throw shooter.
Yep. And gets them both. 32-30, Lone Peak. The shades of the Jordan Lehigh game from last night. An exact same game. It was the 7th game of 8. As Toole goes to the corner. Blackham puts her head down, gets to the rim and finishes.
I mean, even that, it looks like, I don't know how she's supposed to get a shot off, kind of curling around with the defender underneath and up top, and yet she does. Cambree Blackham, just a sophomore, she's going to be one to keep an eye on.
30-second timeout taken by Nancy Warner, and we're all tied up at 32. Again, it's the road to Provo. The winner here takes on the winner of Harriman Riverton. Will take on the winner of Fremont. Been a long day today. Fremont Westlake. Even when we were younger, that still got me. But Going to be a fun 6A tournament. We got the semifinals coming up on Thursday, boys and girls. Tomorrow is the semifinals of 5A. We get the day off on Friday and then play Saturday. And I actually love the setup of that. I don't mind the day off in between.
I don't mind it either. I don't love the change of venue. I would feel like personally semis and championships should be at the same spot. I think you give them a game at the facility because they're going to play a championship in. But I get you don't always get to pick that, right? I understand.
I haven't heard why we're not here on Saturday.
I have heard there's a game, but I'm not positive about that. I don't know.
Tool with the steal, and now a chance for Skyridge to reclaim the lead, or to take the lead. Shea Tool back up top to Blackham.
Lone Peak has not lost this year. Undefeated. We talked about dealing with that pressure. And I knew from Skyridge, having seen them last week, they said, hey, we know we got to deal with them sometime. We're ready for them if it comes to be in the next round.
Now Wahine with the steal. And now here's Woolston. Kailey got in the lane. So the charge to Woolston. I think that was her second. Here comes Blackham. Sent out the Shea Tool, looking inside to Gottberg. And taken away by Tanuvasa. Naya ahead to Kailey. She couldn't get that pass off as Tool came and took that away. Ika able to dribble through, send to the corner, Shawnee Nordstrom. And the three lips out, rebound taken by Blackham. Inside of 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The winner moving on to the semifinals. As Dane mentioned, Lone Peak undefeated on the year as Nordstrom. No call on that contact. Set ahead, Tanuvasa, who lays it in.
I'm just watching, Dusty.
I need a Da Vinci Code to understand some of the stuff we see. And now an offensive foul on Skyridge.
A loose ball foul.
So he's kind of put the hand up. So anyway, the foul is on Hymas.
All right, I'll unpack this a little bit. For those of you who don't read silence very well, I think the offensive foul on Kailey, that is one of the
weakest.
Soft isn't the right call, but not a lot of contact on that for a block charge call. And then on the other end, you've got bodies to the floor and we're playing on. I think we talked about it, right? The consistency. Ooh, Kailey.
+1, and there, look, I don't love not a lot of contact there, but when you've got Perkins gets underneath her and walked into it. So,
yeah, and
+1 for Kailey.
I think, again, another opportunity where Kailey recognizes, hey, someone's got to step up, right? We are in a dogfight, and for her to see, hey, I can attack this, scores a three-point play because free throws automatic.
So hits the free throw and a three-point play. Shea Tool, they're going to give her the travel. She thought that was a Euro step.
I thought it was too.
I thought so too.
Coach Nielsen thought so. A little confused on that one. There's some laminate tables that are going to have some notches in them when this is all said and done.
As Tanuvasa goes ahead to Nordstrom. Oh, that pass, a dangerous spot taken away. Here comes Blackham. Blackham down the lane. Give it up to Tool. Off the bump. And that will be a blocking foul. And on the official rotation, more favorable to the offensive player as Toole go to the line for 2 free throws.
Sometimes information is the wrong kind of power, right? I'm teasing.
So to the line is Shea Toole. And the free throw off the buckle and good. She wanted that.
Yeah, I thought that was coming out.
Shea Toole, 5 points tonight. Bigger impact than that. She got 4 boards, 3 assists. And I mentioned how many times she gets in front on defense and then battles for her own rebound.
Wow.
Got it. Tips it out to Gray. Cross court to Sika. The freshman sweeps through. And now a foul call will put Sika at the line for 2 free throws.
And that the 9th team foul. It's going to be double bonus for Skyridge the rest of the way. I love the patience there by Sika to not feel the pressure like you've got to take that 3, right?
Yeah. Misses the free throw.
In for Skyridge, 15, Abby Hines. For the big 4, Kailey.
And the free throw, the second one good for Sika, as Kailey Rich will come back on for Nawahine.
Yeah, Nawahine having 4. So it's all about the management here. And Rich hasn't played a ton today. We talked about her in the open. She's had good minutes this year for Lone Peak, her and Bartholomew. And they'll turn to Kailey here.
Nordstrom breaks the press ahead to Woolston up top to Ika. The inside of 3:25 remaining in the 4th quarter. Winner moving on. And the trap comes, give it up to Woolston. As Kailey will send it back up top to McKaylee Ika. And Lone Peak can take some time off the clock. Woolston comes right back into the trap. And now Ika. Ika's got a little bit of the Tafisi. Remember Tafisi at Copper Hills? Yeah.
Right?
And we got a timeout, full timeout taken by Skyridge. 2:51 left. Intensity picking up here at the Huntsman Center. You're watching the 2022 6A quarterfinals. 2:51 left in the 4th quarter. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you as Lone Peak. Their perfect season hanging by a thread, up by 3. As Nawahine.
Yeah, back on here with a 4.
I'm nervous throwing that pass back toward the midcourt line. Remember, no shot clock this year in Utah high school basketball. Will be coming next year, so Lone Peak can eat up a lot of this clock. Hey, a wise play there by Nordstrom.
Got to be careful of a block charge.
Mm-hmm. Dane and I have worked together before. As here comes Ika. Ika dribbles around, McKaylee to the rim. Got around the defender and crawls in.
I was going to say, how patient will Lone Peak be? At what point do you attack? And Ika deciding that's the point, and fortunate, able to score it.
A Camille Felberg lay-in. A name from years past. Back on the other end.
Too strong.
Crawls off the rim, and Shawnee Nordstrom with the board. Ahead to Nawahine.
That is one where the speed of Perkins, we talked about that earlier, leading that ball coming off long, too much momentum on the shot.
Shawnee sends out to Kaylee Woolston. Now Tanuvasa, and then she'll get the foul from Blackham. And now will be 1-1 free throws for Naya Tanuvasa.
You know, the interesting thing, Dusty, this is remarkable. We know, obviously, how good Woolston is. Lone Peak as a team, 73% from the line. As a team.
Helps when you got a 95 part of that average.
That certainly does. But the reality is they all shoot it pretty well.
Yep. So Naya gets the Shea Toole bounce off the buckle. Has one more.
You know, talk about Bartholomew and Rich sophomores. Tanavasa one as well. I mean, the entire post coming back and for 2 more years here for Coach Warner.
And goes 1 of 2. Sika with the rebound in a 6-point game. They'll have to go chuck in a 3 here. Sika backing down Nawahine, got around her and draws the foul. That's a good call. That is number 5 on Tuila Nawahine.
Yeah, senior fouling out here. 1.7 boards.
That is her 5th foul. It's the 10th team foul.
Coach Warner will just bring on a freshman here. Pope.
What?
I said Coach Warner just going to bring on a freshman here.
Not
Pope.
a big deal.
It's like young roster. I don't know if people really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a young bunch.
And like you said, they're all going to come back. As that first one's off the mark. I got to apologize to all of our Lone Peak fans. We've covered this girls team, all their games in the region. Somewhere I had it was Sam Page. So I was having a lot of PA guys. There's that free throw. Second one good to Sika.
On the floor for Skyridge.
5-point game with 1:33 to go. And Skyridge going to stay full court and double Woolston off the inbound. And we're going to have a foul on the inbound to Blackham. And it'll be Woolston
Kailey
going the line.
Foul is on Cambree, Blackham.
And what I learned yesterday is, never mind, I won't go into that. So Woolston will go in line for 1-on-1. Had some coaches share some intel, things that they had experienced on intentional fouls off of the inbound.
Okay.
That they were told if you foul that person off the inbound, it will be an intentional foul. So they didn't. Same situation here, we'll had him an inbound again.
Yeah.
As Woolston hits the front end of 1-on-1.
I must have missed that. I don't recall that conversation.
I'm trying to remember who we were talking to yesterday.
Are you holding out on me, Dusty?
No. But I think we spent a total of maybe 3 minutes away from each other, which was what I went and talked to Coach Dale about. As Kailey hits the second, 42-35. Skyridge still got a chance here, a minute and a half to go. Blackham sends out to Hymas. Blackham steps through. Thought he'd get a call on the contact, didn't. Here comes Ika. And McKaylee going to get the foul from Shea Toole.
Yeah, and I can understand frustration on that one by Ika. I don't know if there's any intent, but the look of it, it's a hard foul.
Well, Toole Bealey went over, hey, why not just...
Well, I think Tegan Gray could be like, hey, didn't mean it, right?
Yeah.
Try to de-escalate as quickly as possible.
So McKaylee Ika at the front end of 1-on-1. And McKaylee hits the first.
And if you want to get upset, best thing to do is go make your free throws.
Absolutely. It hits the second. 9-point game.
It's a 14-5 run here from Lone Peak.
Quite the response off the run from Skyridge as Blackham hits the junction J. Clock will continue to run. Only one timeout left for the Falcons is Woolston.
Timeout.
Oh, timeout to Lone Peak. Oh, the full timeout. So full timeout will take it with them. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. 7-point lead for the Knights.
College wasn't built for me.
I didn't care if I had to work a double shift.
Or if my kid had a fever.
Deadline's a deadline.
I want to set the deadlines.
I want to take tests when I'm ready.
I want to take courses on my time.
And speed up when I know my stuff.
I want a university that cares about me.
Tests on your time, courses on your time, graduate on your time. WGU, the nonprofit university of you.
1:04 left in the fourth. Into Shawnee Nordstrom. Shawnee gets that into Pope. She was out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who got yelled at more over that last break, the teams or myself.
I'm an impartial judge as Pope comes off the floor. Or probably that's not what he named. It's out of a minute left. Skyridge still has a shot here. As Toole drives, send out. Sika.
They need it.
Can't get that one to drop. Woolston with the rebound and then going to draw the foul. It'll be 2 free throws on the other end for Kailey Woolston. I meant to ask in the second round win against Layton about the blue tape, the KT tape.
I've wondered about that. At first I was like, oh, is her wrist injured or hurt? But it's every game.
Yeah. Well, we saw Rich had it. Haven't seen Kailey wear it this year as Woolston hits the first. As Woolston goes 2 for 2. 46-37. Sika. Now Blackham. 3 on the way from Hymas. A little strong on the rebound. Taken by Shawnee Nordstrom. Triple team there. And a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Lone Peak. Is Addie Arnell going to come on for the Falcons? And Ika, they're going to call that out of bounds off of Gray. Again, Skyridge can only stop the clock one more time. As that foul will be given to Kailey. Ika will walk down the other end of the floor. 1 of 2, and this one's essentially over. As Lone Peak looking to advance to semifinal. Up there last year.
It feels like this has been I don't want to say a slow build, but each year it's been kind of that next step, that next step, that next step. It hasn't been we made the playoffs and now we're in a championship game, right? It's been get a playoff win and then we get to a semi. And if that holds true, that means this is a team that should make it to a championship game this year. And I think that's the expectation. Obviously the number 1 seed, been ranked number 1 a large part of the year. And we'll see if Harriman or Riverton can stand in their way, but you want to talk about resolve. What they did is Skyridge clawed back to tie this up. Their response shows this is a team that clearly has championship contention in the mix for it.
The foul will go to Nordstrom. It'll be 2 free throws. As Hymas is going to have a chance to score with the clock stop. Or you think back a few years ago when Woolston was a freshman, they were upset by Copper Hills here at the Huntsman Center. And we mentioned last year the semifinal loss. And for Nancy Warner, it was a quick, I won't say quick, like too quick. Had some tough years, and then Woolston gets here and boom.
It's been an intentional build, is how I would say it.
Incremental,
right? Yeah.
Nancy's done a great job. As we mentioned, former Ms. Basketball up at Bountiful. Our old coach, Coach Judkins, in the building. He's just taken off as Woolston going to send that back to Tanuvasa. And now Ika foul. That'll put Kailey Ika at the line with 11 seconds left. Gottberg will come back in after the first free throw.
We talk about some of the youth for Lone Peak. Youth for Skyridge as well. Blackham just a sophomore, Toole a sophomore. Sika a freshman. Of course, they'll lose Gottberg, they'll lose Gray. Those are 2 of their starters. But a good core here for Coach Nielsen. And see if she'll have the ability to run that same 1-3-1 with some of the turnovers she'll experience here next year.
And great heart here for Skyridge. Tied the game at 32. From that point, a 18-6 run here.
Yeah.
From Woolston and the Knights.
And I think the thing that you really got to appreciate about Lone Peak. I know they're undefeated, so some are going to think this comment's, nah, but it's me. Look, they don't want to let themselves down, right? I mean, you see Skyridge, everything that they've built can all go down the drain with a bad 32 minutes.
Yep.
And Skyridge comes back, they tie it up, and the resolve of this group say, no, not tonight. This is not happening. It's not what we wanted. It's not what our goals were. It's not what we've worked for. This is not happening.
Well, Kailey Woolston had a night like we saw last night in Lehigh.
Yep.
And it is a 12-point win for Lone Peak, going back to the semifinals for back-to-back years for Coach Nancy Warner and the Lone Peak Knights, and for Skyridge. An outstanding season, a young core that'll be coming back. Dane, your final thoughts on the selection of a Heineman and Associates player of the game?
Well, it's just that. Look, great fight from Skyridge. This game started 11-2. They had a 12-point deficit in the first half. This was not the way that Skyridge wanted this game to start. They fought back. They tied it up. But in the end, I think Lone Peak showed the depth of this roster. Just too much, too strong. There's a reason why they're undefeated. They showed it tonight. My player of the game is Kailey Woolston, 16 points, 4 rebounds. And I think for her, the way she took over the game late, we talk about that baseline drive, even the drive through the paint, opportunities where her team needed her to stand up and be the leader that she is, and she stood up in those moments and delivers for Lone Peak as they advance to the semifinal.
Again, congratulations to the Lone Peak Knights moving into the semifinals, and congratulations to Skyridge on a spectacular year. Our Heineman Associates player of the game, Kailey Woolston. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching Game Night Live Rewind's coverage of the 2022 6A Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament on KSLSports.com.